So this is Heidi and Laura, my working student, and her horse. And a lot of people have actually been asking me about the fitting of the Pelham and also the use of the Pelham. And so just want to do a little short clip for Facebook just to show how we actually employ it. Now, because we train in the French system more so than the German system, the most important thing that we can actually ask the horse initially is to relax the jaw. If we clench our own jaw, you'll set off a whole ring of muscle stiffnesses. And so many horses have been ridden in snaffles whereby they have no response to the snaffles. So people end up sawing left and right to try and get the head down. And it's all very well saying the horse should be ridden from back to front. But the trouble is, if the horse has got its head in the air and is dropping its back and it's got a big bulge of muscle on the underside of the neck, they physically cannot step through from behind. So this is why we use the Pelham, in order to get the horse to relax the jaw, which means then that Laura can use her legs to connect the back to the front, and Heidi will take the rein forward and out. Now, Laura's had her since, how old was she, Laura, when you had her? 4, yeah. And Laura's been away at college for several years, and so Heidi's only been really hacked out with her nose in the air and hadn't really done anything much at all. And so coming here, of course, she's improved incredibly in just less than 2 weeks. And so we put her into the Pelham because it makes it much easier for Laura here to be able to ask her to relax the jaw. Now, so many people think that when we're asking the horse to relax the jaw, we are literally sucking its back teeth out behind closed doors. And that when they actually see the nice results that I put up on Facebook, they assume that we've arrived there by force. Nothing could be further from the truth. So, Laura, would you just like to pick your reins up now and just a little vibration with your fingers and make sure your right curb reine's a little bit shorter. And then with your fingers, just ask her to relax her jaw a little bit, very carefully. There. That's it. And this is the thing that annoys me so much, is that people assume that we've done all sorts of things to make her get to that stage, when it's nothing of the sort. You know, you can slacken off the curb rein just a little bit on the left there, yeah. And she'll just stay there. Now, if I come in closer, we can actually see that the Pelham, she's just got a mullen mouthpiece, which is a half-moon-shaped stainless steel one in this case. And we have the only thing is I see that we've got the reins on inside out. No, have we? Yeah. Never mind. That's the least of our problems at the moment. The rubber's on the outside instead of the inside. But she has just an elastic curb chain, or curb strap, I would call it. So normally just use, if I can actually get my fingers there, because I'm trying to film at the same time. And she's got at least a good finger's width there, so that only comes into contact to ask her to relax the jaw when Laura activates the reins here, just to get a little gentle pressure so that it actually makes her want to unclench her teeth, and then she relaxes the jaw and she will stay there. If I just move back again. Now, we do use other types of Pelham, but this is the most common one that we use, or the mullen mouth rubber one. And the other thing that we do, of course, we do use a metal curb chain on the more advanced horses because it gives them an even lighter contact. But that's something that we haven't actually got. Have we got one down here, Kay, at all? No? Well, what we'll do, we'll show you the fitting of that as well. But you can see, if I close up on Heidi again, that she has no wrinkles in the corners of her lips. So many people think you have to have the obligatory 3 wrinkles. Well, how would you, as my old trainer Desi Laurent used to do, he used to go behind us and pull the corners of our mouth backwards and up and say, well, how would you like that for an hour or whatever? And so we have the bit low enough so it's not banging her teeth at all, but to the point whereby she's not uncomfortably having it pulled up into the side. We're just going to show now how we would fit a metal curb chain. We don't use a metal curb chain on Heidi because she doesn't need it. It's just a very mild elastic strap that we've already shown. But just to show you now, make sure when you put a curb chain on the links, you twist it to the point whereby the links then are lying absolutely flat. So now we're just looking at the curb chain once it's attached, and you can see there's 2 fingers width between the curb chain and her jaw. So if Laura activates the curb rein, it just comes up with a gentle pressure, just the same way as She thinks I'm asking her to go backwards, which isn't very helpful. So we use a lip strap to make sure that it doesn't ride up onto the jawbone, and making sure that the curb chain itself is flat, so all the links lie flat along her jawbone. It's not very helpful here trying to film at the same time as actually trying to operate it with my fingers. So you hook any extra rings up onto the hook there. Let's come around the other side and just do the same thing on the other side. So you hook any spare links up onto the hook so that they're not just dangling and flapping about.